So I'm going to do another quiz in the official Superman quiz book by Bruce Nash, published in 1978. This one is Encounters of the First Kind. Luthor saved Superboy's life from kryptonite when the two first met. How did the Boy of Steel show his appreciation to Luthor? Did he maybe build the lab for him? How old was Superboy when he first met Luthor? I think it was like 15. I don't know. How did Clark Kent and Lois Lane meet? At the Daily Planet? What was Clark's first impression of Lois? That she was, I don't know, stuck up. What was Lois's initial appraisal of Clark? Meek and timid? True or false? Jimmy Olsen was only a child when he first met Superman. No, I don't believe that. I think that he was not a child. I mean, there was a story where he did, but I don't know if they're going to count that one. What was the circumstances surrounding Jimmy's first encounter with his super pal? Oh, gosh, I did read a story where he was a child and he fell down a well and Superboy saved him. I don't know. Where did Jimmy Olsen first meet Lucy Lane? Oh, gosh, I don't know any of these. I don't know. Where did Lois Lane first meet Supergirl's alter ego secret identity? I don't know. At what summer camp did rivals Lois Lane and Lana Lang first meet? I don't know. How did Jimmy Olsen first meet Supergirl? I don't know. How did Professor Potter alter Jimmy Olsen's body when the two first met? He gave him a serum that turned him into Elastic Lad. Clark Kent and Bruce Batman Wayne met for the first time when they were youths. Why didn't Bruce have any knowledge of this initial encounter when he later met Clark as an adult? I don't know. What were Clark, Superman, Kent, and Bruce Batman Wayne sharing when they first met as adults? Ice cream. I don't know. How did they accidentally learn each other's secret identities in the first adult encounter? I think I've seen this. I think they were both changing in the same room or something. I don't know. I did terrible on that one. I don't know any of that. He built Luthor a modern experimental laboratory out of junk. All right, I got it right. 10 years old. Okay, I think I said 15. Teenagers Clark Kent and Lois were both winners of the Daily Planet contest to honor the best high school newspaper reporters as their prize. They worked as cub reporters at the Daily Planet for 1 week. I didn't know that. He thought she was pretty, so his first reaction was he thought Lois was pretty, whereas she thought he was unexciting. True. What's the question? Jimmy Olsen was only a child when he first met Superman. Okay, true. Superboy rescued Jimmy's father, Professor Olsen, who was lost in Africa. Young Jimmy met the Boy of Steel, his future pal, when the latter brought his father back home from the African wild. So I don't think I've ever seen that story. How did Jimmy meet Lucy Lane? At the airport. He was pinch hitting for Lois by picking up Lucy when she arrived in town. For Jimmy, it was love at first sight at Midvale Orphanage. Okay, that's where Lois Lane first met Supergirl's alter ego secret identity. All right. Camp Hiawatha, that's where Lois Lane and Lana Lang first met. So how did Jimmy Olsen first meet Supergirl? Jimmy was temporarily blinded at the time he met Supergirl, whose presence on Earth was still a secret. Not believing who she claimed to be a sightless, Jimmy assumed that her super feats were just clever tricks. 2 years later, Supergirl publicly revealed her existence. Okay, I don't remember that story, but I would think that I had read it. Oh, well. Professor Potter turned Jimmy into a large domed boy of the future whose super mind gave him amazing power. So I got that one wrong. When the two crime fighters first met, Bruce, who was training to be a detective, discovered that Clark was Superboy. After using his time telescope to show Bruce flashes of his future career as Batman, Superboy used hypnosis to erase all memories of the twosome's first encounter from Bruce's mind. Cabin aboard a cruise ship. They were sharing a cabin aboard a cruise ship. Both Clark and Bruce were secretly changing into their superhero costumes in the dark of the cabin. A light unexpectedly shined through a portal and exposed their true identities to each other. So I don't know how you guys did. I did not do well on that one. Not well at all.